What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JBsports back again with another one. The 2020 NFL Draft is coming up this Thursday, and there's a lot of intriguing prospects that are waiting for their name to be called this Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. It's going to be a 3-day draft, and the quarterback position is always the premium position, and that's the position that gets the most attention. And the guy that's the most intriguing prospect as far as where he's going to end up getting drafted is Tua Tagavailoa, quarterback out of Alabama, a guy that had 3 great seasons in Alabama, came onto the scene his freshman year in the college championship game in which started Jalen Hurts and the offense was struggling. He came off the bench and rallied and came back and put out a victory over Georgia to win the national championship. The next year, he inherited a position as a starter, put up huge numbers, 43 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, a completion ratio around 69.6%. And really, basically, when you round that off, he was pretty much a 70% completion ratio from his sophomore season and his junior season when he threw for 33 touchdowns and had only 3 interceptions with a 71.4 completion percentage. Again, 69.6 in his sophomore year completion percentage. 43 touchdowns and 6 interceptions as he was runner-up in the Heisman Trophy contest to Kyler Murray. And the next year, he came back and finished with a higher percentage at 71.4 completion percentage, 33 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. But the problem with last season was he had injuries. Had a multitude of injuries, plagued him throughout the year, cut his season short, actually, as he wasn't able to finish the season out with the Alabama Tide and missed out on the bowl game. So that's been the elephant in the room as far as Tua Tagovailoa is concerned, man, injury issues. And I think it's going to cause him to slip in the 2020 draft coming up this Thursday. I still think he's going to be a first-round pick, but I don't think he's going to be a high first-round pick. I think he's going to end up in the bottom portion of the first round. And the team, I think, that will select him if he's there, and I think it's a great chance that he is going to be there, is the New England Patriots. They're picking at number 23. And I think if Tua Tagavailoa is there on the board, they will take him. He's the only quarterback I think that is available outside of Joe Burrow, which we know is going to go number 1. If he's there, the New England Patriots will take him there. They will take him. There's been a lot of speculation about them maybe taking a Jordan Love. I don't think they'll take a chance on the Jordan Love. He's a prospect, very raw, needs some seasoning, and I don't think they view him as a fit in their system. So I think Tagovailoa is very, very accurate, very accurate. Now, what he's going to have to learn how to do is understand that he's not as athletic, not as elusive as he thinks he is. He's not Russell Wilson. People try to compare him to Russell Wilson. He's not athletically gifted as Russell Wilson is. He's more of, to me, he's a poor man Steve Young, if I just had to say that. I think he's Steve Young. I don't think he's athletic as Steve Young was. Steve Young could make some big-time runs, man, when he was with the 49ers. I don't think he's athletic. I think, put it like this, I think he's a combination of Steve Young and Drew Brees. I think he has the accuracy of Drew Brees, and Steve Young was very accurate, too, as he led the league in completion percentages when he was with the 49ers, those MVP years that he was with the 49ers. I think he's accurate as Drew Brees and Steve Young, but I think he's not as athletic as Steve Young, but is a little bit more athletic than Drew Brees. So I think he's like a combination of those two guys. And I think the New England Patriots, in the system that they run, he's a great fit because their system is based on precision and timing. And that's one of Tua's strengths, as he doesn't have the strongest arm, but he has a good enough arm. And, he's going to be going against teams in anticlimactic weather, Buffalo Bills. They have a lot of bad weather there, so he's got to play up in New York, play the Jets. East Rutherford, New Jersey, they're known for their winds and blowing winds and stuff like that. You got to have a strong arm to cut through those winds. And then you've got the Miami Dolphins, which won't be a problem playing up in that sunny weather. But those two places there, Buffalo and the New York Jets, and playing in Foxborough, or you're going to play in the anticlimactic weather, he's going to have to show that he has a strong enough arm, and I think he's shown that. His arm is not, he doesn't have an arm like a Josh Allen or Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes. I don't think he has that arm, but I think his arm is pretty strong enough. I think his arm is on the same level as Drew Brees was when Drew Brees was in his heyday. And I think he has a solid enough arm. There should be no problem playing in those three places: Foxborough, Buffalo, New York, and East Rutherford, New Jersey, where the New York Jets play. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what transpires. But you heard it here first. Tua Tagavailoa, if he's on the board, will be drafted by the New England Patriots. New England Patriots have been very low-key on what they're going to do. They basically haven't went after any quarterback since Tom Brady left out the door and was signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There's been some quarterbacks out there on the open market now, Cam Newton and Jameis Winston. They've showed no interest in either of those two guys, as they don't feel that they're fit financially or schematically with their team. So they haven't gone after either one of those two guys. And I think that they view Tua Tagavailoa as more of a fit. If he's there, there's a chance he could be drafted at number 5 by Miami, but I think Miami's going to take Herbert, the quarterback out of Oregon. I think the Chargers are very happy with Tyrod Taylor. Everybody think that's just a smokescreen. With Anthony Lynn, the head coach for the Chargers, has been saying that he's very bullish on Tyrod Taylor, but I don't think it's smoke and mirrors. I think it's actual truth. I think they're going to go with him. They might draft a quarterback in the later rounds, but I don't think they'll use the number 6 pick on Tagavailoa. I know he's been slated to go there in several mock drafts, but I don't think they'll take him. I think they take the cornerback out of Ohio State, Jeff Uda. I think he actually will be there as I look at the Detroit Lions taking defensive tackle Brown out of Auburn. So I think he'll be the best, by far the best player on the board, and I think they will take him to solidify that secondary, which they're in the same division as the Kansas City Chiefs, who go 4-5 deep at the wide receiver position, plus tight end Kevin Kelsey. They have weapons all over the field, and you can never have enough cornerbacks when dealing with the Kansas City Chiefs in that division. So I don't see him as a fit there. They got some other teams down there maybe can pick them, maybe the Raiders, but the Raiders, I think they're going to look at Derek Carr, and they looking at Marcus Mariota, a guy that Gruden liked coming out of college. So they got 2 guys there. So if Carr doesn't play well, they're going to put Mariota, and hopefully he gives him the same thing that Tennessee got from Ryan Tannehill, give him a spark off the bench and have a productive year. So I think they maybe look at a quarterback, but not in the first round, maybe second round they look at a quarterback. So I don't think that's a possibility for Tagavailoa. And the New Orleans Saints, a lot of teams saying that he could be the heir apparent to Drew Brees. Teddy Bridgewater left after last season. He's going to the Carolina Panthers. He will be the starting quarterback there for next season. But from what I've heard, they're very bullish on Taysom Hill. They think he can play the quarterback position. They don't think he's just a jack of all trades, master of none. He's just a Swiss Army knife where he can do many things, but he's not a guy that you can just put at one position and expect to play at a high level game in and game out. I don't think they think of him in that regard. I think they believe that he can be another quarterback. And the way the quarterback position is nowadays, where you got to be a dual threat, you got to be able to run and throw. You can sprinkle in some zone read options for Taysom Hill, a la Lamar Jackson. And they think he's a better passer than what Tim Tebow was when he's with the Denver, a guy that can run over guys and run through guys, but actually is a better passer and has a better understanding of the sophisticated passing style of offense that head coach Sean Payton has put out for many years. They think he can handle that. So they're looking at him as the heir apparent to Drew Brees. So I don't think they'll be in the market for a quarterback in the first round either. So I don't see Tagavailoa going there either. So that leaves the New England Patriots. A lot of people say, well, it's been speculated that they like the guy Stidham out of Auburn. I think they do like him. They like him but don't love him. I think they like him but don't love him. They don't look at him like as a can't-miss franchise quarterback for. I don't think they look at him. They think if he can develop, maybe he could be a Brian Hoyer or maybe a little bit better than a Brian Hoyer type quarterback that has started for some teams but has been pretty much a backup for most of his career. They look at Stidham maybe in that regard. So they'll be looking to upgrade that position. And there it is, Tua Tagavailoa. They look at it as a higher upside than Stidham, the Jared Stidham from Auburn. So again, look for Tua Tagavailoa. He's on the board to be drafted by Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots, and he'll be their franchise quarterback, and he'll be the guy that they'll be looking to take baton from Tom Brady, who's produced for them for 20 years at a high level, and usher them into the future and hopefully for greatness to come for the New England Patriots and the organization. We'll see what happens and we'll see what transpires. Leave your comments in the comment section. What you think about Tua Tagavailoa going to the New England Patriots at number 23? Do you like it, or do you hope that they maybe use that number 23 pick on another player and maybe draft a quarterback later, maybe a Jake Fromm later, or Jacob Eason? Jake Fromm out of Georgia is a very smart quarterback, doesn't have the physical traits but has the mental traits. You know, and that's the same thing they said about Tom Brady coming out of Michigan. Maybe they look at a Jake Fromm out of Georgia, or maybe they look at a Jacob Eason who has a real strong arm. Not great mobility, but a real strong arm. That's the same thing they had with Tom Brady, too. Tom Brady wasn't that mobile either, but he had a real good arm, too. So maybe they look at one of those two guys in the day 2 of the draft. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what transpires. But let me know what you think in the comment section about Tua Tagavailoa going to the New England Patriots. Or do you think they maybe need to take another quarterback? Maybe, like I said, those other 2 quarterbacks I mentioned, or maybe they take Jordan Love if he's there at 23 instead of Tua Tagavailoa. Maybe they take him there at 23. But I think he'll still be on the board too. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what transpires. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I holla.